Hi everyone, this is Jen with Project Encore, and I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of what is changing in our spring 2022 class schedule. This schedule is going to start at the end of March, right after spring break that we take a little bit of a break for. And it's going to run, I'm not sure if it's going to be a term, meaning about 10 weeks, or if this is also going to be spring and rolling into summer. And for some of you that have been taking classes with us for a while, you're probably wondering, okay, this is a big change. What's with the change? I don't like change. Well, of course, we always want to keep stuff fresh and renewing it. So I hope that you guys can adapt to the change. So what you're going to see with this next term is that you're going to see a drop-in class that's going to occur right before an ensemble class. Now, what's the difference between a drop-in and an ensemble? So the big difference between the two is that a drop-in class is going to be a 30-minute class aimed mostly beginners, but I don't want to use that term beginners. It's a class that's going to be good for a certain group of people that maybe aren't ready to commit to play in an ensemble, or maybe someone that has a lot of stuff going on, you know, spring sports, maybe taking a vacation. This would be the great place for you to start. So a drop-in class, most of them are starting at 5 to 5:30. We do have a time shift on Friday because we don't want to do classes that are too late, as you can see. So the drop-in classes are 30 minutes long. They are $5 per class. So when you come to class, you can drop off $5, or I will invoice you in our My Music app website that I'll show you guys that in a second. Also, our ages, you can see most of them are 8 to adult. Now, these are very flexible on ages. The drum class is a 5 to adult. If you have a 7-year-old or a 6-year-old that you want me to sort of assess to see maybe if they want to do steel pan, or if they want to get into our Intro Winds class, you can always contact me and we can do that. So a little bit on what the focus is going to be. The focus is essentially going to be for the drop-in classes is that we sort of have an eye of moving those participants into an ensemble group. So our 4 different drop-in classes, as you can see from our little chart here, is it also talks about what the follow-on ensemble group would be. So if you come to the drop-in taiko class, you can say, hey, I don't want to be part of an ensemble. I just want to come and do taiko. I can only make it a couple times out of the month or the next couple weeks. So Touch of Taiko is absolutely perfect for you because we're going to be working on the basics that we do no matter if you're in a drop-in class or in the ensemble group, which is called Thunder Taiko. And that meets right after the drop-in class. And you can see the fees are a little bit different. $5 for a drop-in. If you're going to be part of an ensemble, that's going to be $15 a month because you're dedicated to that group. And of course, if you have multiple people in your family, there's the family discounts that we do too. So I'm always going to have a recommendation that people move into the ensembles. So if you're not sure where you are and you're a current student, I can talk with you and we'll talk through what your goals are. So for taiko, you could drop into do the drop-in classes with an eye to then move into eventually the Thunder Taiko group or even the Encore Soul group, and we'll talk about that group in a moment. So Beyond the Drum is going to be a great intro using traditional marching drumming. So we're going to do typical cadences and things like that. Bucket drumming, African and Latin drums, hand percussion. So it's a little bit of everything that we're hitting. So those follow-on groups, you can move into the Encore Soul group, Thunder Taiko, or to Thunder Pan Band. So we'll be doing skills that will get you prepped for that. Intro to Steel Pan, that's again going to be basics. That's going to move you into the Thunder Pan ensemble or also to Encore Soul because you can play a steel pan and other instruments that we have in steel pan in the Encore Soul group. So you have some options right there. Friday is our drop-in for what we're calling the Intro to Winds class, and that would be for recorders, flutes, ocarinas, because we're going to do an ocarina workshop in March. So we want to add some of that into our winds groups too, and also the nouveau instruments. So the kids that are doing what's considered the pre-band program with the dude and the toot and the J horn and other instruments like that, this is where you would fit in. That class, again, working on basics, note fingering, steady beat, notation reading. So from this drop-in winds class, you can move into the Encore Winds, the Encore Soul group, or also Thunder Taiko, because we do have Japanese fue or Japanese flute that we use in that group. Now, just a note for the Encore Winds, right now that's what we call our flute ensemble or flute choir. We're doing a little bit higher level music, so the intro winds students, if you're brand new, you're mostly going to be having an eye to moving into the Encore Soul group. Maybe not the Encore Winds, because you have to be probably playing a flute or like instrument for about 2 years to really be able to fit into what we're doing with Encore Winds. So talking really quickly about the ensemble groups. These groups meet for an hour. To be in an ensemble group, you don't have to be perfect, and I want to put that straight out, okay? You just have to have a goal that you want to be part of that group, and you want to better yourself, and you're going to practice and be a contributing member of the group. So Mondays, we always have to do Mondays because the bookstore is closed and we don't want to make too much noise. That group is still meeting. It meets right now from 5:30 to 6:30. And we do performance repertoire. So yes, we do beginner stuff, but you're expected to learn songs that are mostly part of the Odaiko Sonora repertoire. Tuesdays. Now this is a super exciting group. This is going to be sort of an all-encompassing community band for youth through adults, that we want to have this group be a group that's going to go out and maybe march a parade in Tombstone, or maybe, at the Veterans Day parade or other things. Now here's the other thing, is that I'm working with the city to see about having adults that are in their therapeutic recreation program also come in, which means we will need some mentors also. So these would be adults that are living with disabilities but are very active, and we would love to have them to be part of any of our groups that we have right here. So this is going to be a all-encompassing winds, brass, percussion, strings, meaning ukuleles, I guess violins, and also those nouveau instruments. So this is again working on improving our proficiency in notation and rhythm, performance repertoire, and marching basics. So even if you're an adult that maybe played an instrument long time ago, you would be an incredible person to also be as a mentor for these adults, and even for youth to sit there and mentor and help them improve as musicians. So that's what we're calling the Encore Soul group, because it's really the soul of what we're doing here at Project Encore. Thursdays is our Thunderpan band, which meets right now. We meet at a little bit different time coming in the spring, so 5:30 to 6:30. And again, we're going to be working towards performance repertoire. Now with the drop-in classes, as I skip back a little bit, these aren't going to be groups that are going to be performing like we've been doing now in our beginner classes. The performance groups are going to be coming out of these ensemble groups, because I know for some people performing can be a little anxiety inducing, but if you're going to be in an ensemble group, you have to be ready for that. All right, Friday is our Encore Winds, and as we know, in the fall, when marching band season starts. This may shift since we have some high school kids and myself that support the marching band. So for right now, the ensemble Encore Winds is going to be from 5 to 6 o'clock, and it's going to be essentially what our flute choir is doing right now. So you may be wondering, okay, how do I know which group I'm going to be in? Okay, and so what I want you to really think about is, what is your goal? So if you're coming to Project Encore and you're just like, hey, I don't know, I want to play some instruments, I'm not sure what I want to do, then looking at our chart, choose a drop-in class that you enjoy. The nice thing is with the drop-in classes, you're not locked into a 10-week program, so you can bounce around. One week you may want to do taiko, another week you might want to do steel pan. That's the whole point. We want people to mix it up, meet some different people, jump on some different instruments, and see how you feel. Now, if your goal is, hey, I love that steel pan, I want to be part of a big group, I want to focus in on one instrument so I can get good at it. So then you start looking at that and you go, well, do you know how to play an instrument that ensemble needs? Do you know how to play steel pan? Yes or no? And then it'll also tell you if you don't know how to play a steel pan that we need in the ensemble, then go to the steel pan drop-in class and we'll work with you to get you up to speed on that instrument. If you, and let's say, yes, I do know how to play. Can you commit to weekly rehearsals? So the ensembles are a little bit better for people that don't have a hectic schedule, that are available every week at a certain time. So again, that will help you choose. If you really can't commit, then just go and do a drop-in class and be a part of that class. Can you commit to learning performance repertoire? So this is a big thing. Now again, if you're a youngster or a parent of a youngster, you know, we're going to give them those skills to help them practice. If they're not practicing and not getting better, then we may say, hey, you need to maybe go back to the drop-in class because we need you to really be working on your part because you're part of a bigger band. So then if it's yes, you would contact the ensemble leader and we would see where you fit in from there. So if you are ready to roll and you want to enroll, you can go to projectencoreaz.org, enroll now. And I'm not sure if, I don't think I have my browser up right now, but I'll show you a different, on a different video how to do that. So if you go to enroll now, and you're going to see there's a button for the registration portal. And let me see if I can get there. Apologies, it should be there. And let's go to Project Encore AZ. And we're going right to the Enroll Now page. Here's our schedule. Here is the registration portal. It's going to take you to our new login for the portal. If you have never been a student here, you're going to click the new student sign up, and then you're going to go through all that. If you've already been a member of our one of our classes, you're just going to go in and log in. And so I'm going to log in as me as a student so you can see. And you're going to go over to your calendar. Hopefully you've all been in here before, and it shows you everything that we have going on at the studio. I'm going to go over to March because that's when our new schedule is starting. If you are just interested in doing drop-in classes, you can go to and say, I'm going to go to the Beyond the Drum class that starts on the 29th. I'm going to click on that, and a register button is going to come up. And it's going to ask you, sure you want to register for this event? Okay. And you can even say, this is a recurring drop-in. Do you want to register for all of them or just for that day? And you can do that. If you want to be a part of one of the ensembles, okay, you're not going to see a register button because I will register you behind the scenes within the app. So that's how I will have to know what your goals are. So you can go in there and you can sign up for all these different classes. You'll be charged the $5 once you attend the class. You don't have to pay ahead of time, or you can bring $5 with you. It's the same that we've been doing it before, how I can invoice you through there. But that's how things are looking in there. So you can already go in and start doing that, or we will have a conversation of which ensemble group you want to be a part of. Yeah, and so for many of you are ready to move into an ensemble group. There's some of you that maybe still need a little bit more confidence building, and we can do that for you also. So yeah, just let me know what you want to do, and now's the time to get registered. Share with your friends. The drop-in classes are a great time also to grab a few friends if you want to have them come and do the class with you. And we will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.